Welcome 4-plussers and YouTubers to Battle Report 13. Chaos Space Marines versus Dark Angels. It's the first week of our Planetary Empires campaign, which is probably going to go on for about half a year. Also, I totally sucked at this battle report. I forgot my good camera, and I missed a ton of pictures, and this was actually a real nail-biter of a game. It sucks that I missed so many pictures, but I'm still going to show it to you. Planetary Empires, you say? Each week, I'm going to try and play 2 games and expand the Imperium's territory against the Xenos and Heretic scum. I choose to play my Dark Angels in this format for a challenge. Most people that play competitively know that Space Marines, they're pretty much non-existent right now in the competitive scene. They're generally terrible. Nonetheless, I'm going to attempt to take it home with them. And I've decided to try and play with some self-imposed restrictions as well. For instance, if I'm the challenger and I challenge an opponent, I'm not going to use a fortification, and I'm going to use probably a lot of vehicles or deep striking to, represent that I'm the aggressor. I don't have an entrenched position, versus like a traditional static army, which you've seen me play, where I'll have an Aegis defense line and things like that. And against Chaos, I'm always going to try and bring at least one Deathwing unit. We rolled Dawn of War for the deployment, and the mission is the Relic. It's those barrels sitting on top of Ice Station Zebra there. It will be night first turn, and I won the roll to deploy first. Starting at the left, I have a Vindicator, a tactical squad with a missile launcher and flamer inside a Rhino. The Devastator squad is accompanied by my Warlord Librarian. He got crappy powers this game. He ended up with the full ballistic skill shooting and prescience. And if I kept full ballistic skill shooting, you obviously know the other power was even worse. And then 4 las cannons with that Devastator squad. I'm proxying a multi-melta as a las cannon. Next to it is another tactical squad, just like the first. And then in the Land Raider Redeemer, there are 5 Deathwing Knights. Next to the Land Raider is a 6-man tactical squad with nothing but bolt guns in a Las Plaz Razorback. Corey brings 2 Havoc squads with 4 autocannons each, a 5-man Nurgle Biker squad. And he's got his Warlord with his Terminators. He's got Corn Lord with Axe of Blind Fury on a Juggernaut behind that Rhino there. Some Cultists, and then 2 5-man Chaos Space Marine squads in Rhinos. Turn 1, Dark Angels. There's no stealing of initiative. Good for me. And it's probably going to be the last time in a few weeks that the initiative is not stolen against me. Full speed ahead with the Rhinos. We got to get the Relic. It's the way you win this mission. Prescience on the Devastators. Land Raider and the Razorback move forward 6 and get ready to fire. The Vindicator blasts the Rhino on the left and kills 1 Marine. In the process, the Land Raider with the 4 twin-linked autocannon and the multi-melta only manages to get a single glance. Pretty pathetic there. The Devastators with their Improviser Librarian managed to pick off 3 Havocs, and they turn tail and run. What you didn't see in any of the photos was the Razorback glancing itself with a Get Hot on its twin-linked plasma guns versus like either the Terminators or the Rhino. Turn 1, the Havocs go ahead and rally. The Chaos Space Marine Bikers, or actually the Nurgle Bikers, go ahead and drive over that hill. They got a couple Melta guns, so they're gonna go try and get that Land Raider. The troops all advance towards the Relic, while the Rhino, the Terminators, and the Lord go ahead and move up to face that Land Raider. I think this game's gonna be won or lost on that Relic. We both have stuff in position to grab it. The sum total of Corey's shooting, being that it's night and a lot of his stuff moved flat out or whatever, is a single glance, or not a single glance, a single penetrate on the Razorback, which resulted in a shaken result. You can see the Rhino in this blurry picture, parked right in front of the Land Raider. He went flat out to block the Land Raider's advance, and really it's a brilliant move. A lot of people just do not use vehicles to their fullest potential. But what he has done is he's stopped my Deathwing Knights from closing off the back door and allowing my tactical squad to grab the Relic, jump down, and pretty much seal the game. So, very good move by Corey. Overall, I'm reasonably pleased with turn 1. The first tactical squad piles out of its Rhino, everything moves a bit for better position, and the Land Raider backs up to keep out a 2d6 melta range from the bikes. The sum total of 2 tactical squads and a Vindicator shooting at the Chaos Space Marines results in 1 death. Pretty pathetic. This is actually the beginning of a big downward spiral that my army's about to take, where Corey's going to make all his saves, and I'm not going to make hardly any of them. The Devastators smoked 2 Terminators, and this was a mistake on my part. I probably should have shot the Devastators last, but instead I shot them before the Land Raider. The Land Raider shoots its assault cannon and its multi-melta at the Rhino and fails to destroy it. At this point I'm really worried because that Rhino has the Land Raider and my Deathwing Knights bottled up, and that is a huge chunk of my army that is not playing in the game essentially because of that Rhino. Chaos turn 2, the Helldrake arrives, kills the Rhino that still had Marines in it, everything else advances, and with the Land Raider still blocked, the Khorne Lord moves to intercept the tactical Marines. The bikes move into position to charge the tactical squad that falls out of the Razorback should it be destroyed by either of those Havoc squads. The Helldrake goes ahead in flames, kills 6 guys in one squad, 3 in another. The small Havoc squad returns fire on the Devastators, manages to kill 1. The large Havoc squad shoots at the Razorback and kills it, but when my Marines pile out, I actually pile out around the back edge, out of line of sight of the bikers. So the bikers essentially just go ahead and turbo boost since they're not going to be able to charge, and get away from the AP3 Strength 6 Flamer on that Land Raider. The Khorne Lord goes ahead and charges the tactical squad that fell out of the Rhino. Sarge steps up, takes the challenge, gets whooped, and then the Marines are smart enough to break, even though they're stubborn, and they flee. And they manage to get away, not very far, as you can see. Khorne Lord consolidates towards them, but this is great. I am very happy with this result because I got the Khorne Lord with only 4 wounds on him out in the open in front of 4 las cannons, a Vindicator, 2 remnant tactical squads with 2 missile launchers, and you know, I'm like, I can kill him, solve my problem, and then it's just me versus, like, you know, maybe 10 Chaos Space Marines. I got that covered. So, feeling pretty good at the end of turn 2. Turn 3, we go ahead and auto rally, consolidate. The 4-man squad moves to put some shots on the 3-man with the nice flamer because, you know, that Khorne Lord's going to be dead from all the Devastators. Rhino shifts forward a bit. The Vindicator moves up to get out of vector strike range of the Helldrake. Land Raider continues its dance with the Melta bikes and shimmies sideways to get out of the 2D or get out of range of them. Everything in the army, including the Vindicator and Machine Spirit Assault Cannon on the Land Raider, shoots at the Khorne Lord, and he takes 7 4+ invulnerable saves, makes 6 of them, and then takes another 5 or 6 3+ saves and only fails 2. So basically he ends up with 1 wound after just this amazing streak of saves. Oh boy. The Land Raider does finally melt to the Rhino roadblock to death, so, you know, I guess that's positive. 3 turns in. Chaos turn 3, everything moves in towards the objective. The Chaos Lord or Khorne Lord moves for his choice. He can take Marines or Vindicator, whatever he wants. The bikes move in to kill the 6-man squad. In the shooting phase, the bikes get 5 wounds, and I fail 5 saves. Way to bring that power armor, boys. The Cultists and the Space Marines fire at the 4-man remnant tactical squad, get 3 wounds, and I fail 2 saves. The streak continues. Off the screen, the Helldrake and the autocannons combine to kill several Devastators. The 2-man Havoc unit shoots at the Rhino, strips off its Storm Bolter, and gets another glance. We get an auto charge on the last man standing. And if there ever was a time where I wanted a model to fail a save, this was it. And the son of a bitch goes on to make 9 of the most ill-timed 3-up armor saves ever, locking the bikes in combat and protecting them from the AP3 Flamer. Thanks, buddy. Khorne Lord charges the Vindicator, knocks off the Demolisher cannon. You know, this random weapon destroyed, I actually think it's worse than in the last edition, because in the last edition I always knew they'd take the Demolisher Cannon, but in this edition you have hope only to be disappointed, and it seems to work both ways against me. Like if I shoot at, you know, a Vindicator in my opponent's army, I'll get the Stormbolter, but if he shoots at mine, it's always the Demo Cannon. I don't know. It's you always remember the bad stuff. I'm sure that it all evens out, but that's just the way it feels. Turn 3 was bad for the Dark Angels. Maybe something's going to turn around on turn 4. So at this point, I am missing a lot of pictures. I'm very sorry. Turn 4. I tank shocked the cultists, the Chaos Marines with the bolterless Rhino, but neither was phased. I pulled up my Land Raider, dumped out the Deathwing Knights that you see in the picture to charge them at the Terminators, the Terminator Lord. In close combat, I used Surprise Sex Mode, of course, and killed the 4 remaining Terminators that were with the Lord. And then I actually managed to do 3 wounds on the Terminator Lord with the champion of the Deathwing Knights, and he makes 4 invulnerable saves. Corey's invulnerable streak continues. The let's see here, what else happened? Oh, the Librarian ran up to join a tactical squad because his Devastators were all killed last turn. And the surviving Knucklehead that made 9 saves last turn decides to go ahead and fail his save this turn to let the bikes out so they can melt to the Land Raider. The 2 Marines that were left in this tactical squad decide to charge the conga line to see if maybe we can pull them back down off the ramp away from the relic, and they die to Overwatch fire. 2 wounds, 2 failed saves. My streak continues. Chaos, turn 4. The conga line continues on up to the relic. The cultists, for some reason, wander behind the Rhino, and the bikes get into easy melter range because that Superstar Lone Ranger failed just like the movie at the box office and died last turn. Dead Land Raider. I'm pretty sure that's what you guys all expected, but on the bright side, he did explode and kill 1 biker. Hooray. The Havocs and the conga line go ahead and shoot at the remaining tactical squad. I think I had to make 9 saves, managed to fail 6 of them. Still working on that save failure streak. The Chaos Lord manages to survive another turn, but he does lose 2 wounds this time. Turn 5, Rage Rhino Tank Shock! Most dangerous Rhino in the world is one without a Stormbolter. The cultists flee, it's a small victory, but I'll take it. The Vindicator goes ahead and moves to get some Stormbolter shots on the conga line. The Lone Librarian is running for somewhere. Woo woo! Here comes the pain train. They finish off the Chaos Lord and consolidate over to get into the conga line. I need this game to go long, probably 6-7 turns. Actually, I probably need 7 turns to even break out a tie at this point. Chaos turn 5, the Helldrake returns, kills the Vindicator. The bikes kill the Librarian. That grants them Slay the Warlord. And the auto cannons and conga line shoot at the Deathwing Knights and do manage to kill 3 of them. Deathwing Knights turn 6, charge and kill 5-man Marine squad on the ramp very easily. Bane of the Traitor is awesome. Chaos turn 6, the Deathwing Knights survive everything thrown at them. There are, but as you can see, there's 2 Marines holding that relic, and I need a turn 7, but the game ends on turn 6. And it ends up being a Dark Angels loss. The score is 5-2, Chaos victory. My weak showing cost me my power station. Boom. It's going to be a tough fight moving forward, knowing that my opponent's going to win just about every pregame roll and more than likely steal initiative. I wanted a challenge, and it looks like I got one. Thanks for watching. The next battle report will be better, that's for sure. I know, I already got the pictures.